It is time for an old-fashioned cocktail. Does the whiskey in the drink make a difference, even if it's from the same distiller? Well, my brain wanted to find that out, so let's go. Welcome back to Old Fashioned Ways, and today I'll be doing not one, not two, but 3 old-fashioned cocktail recipes, but with a twist.
It's a great twist. Great twist.
All 3 will be made with E.H. Taylor
Legit.
barrel proof batches from 2023, and they're gonna be made exactly the same way. Then I will taste each one blind to see if I notice a difference and if I enjoy one more than the other. I just did a blind on the Elijah Craig barrel proof 2023. My results were completely different than what I've been seeing online.
They're very different.
However, it was my first video back that I filmed after my cold, and I was still a little bit congested. So that may have influenced my palate a little bit. Makes me almost want to do the blind again and see the results. But there's just way too much good bourbon out there, and I have way too many reviews to do, so I might just have to do that on my own. If you have not seen the review, I will leave a link to it right here. Cocktail quiz time. What's the difference between barrel proof and cask strength? It sounds complicated, but more similar than you think. To make it even, I'll be making each one side by side directly into the glass without ice until we are ready to drink. All will be very simple version, a kiss version of an old fashioned. Remember, originally old fashioned cocktails were made to help improve bad whiskey. However, now I always want to enhance the flavor of each whiskey, especially since whiskey has improved so much since old fashions were first invented. Every year the Elijah Craig barrel proof releases are highly sought after, and this year is not a disappointment. So most are really loving batch C. So I'm very curious, will I be able to tell, and will this stand out in this blind? Well, let's get started. Each drink will have the same ingredients, only changing the Elijah Craig barrel proof batch. Elijah Craig barrel proof blind ingredients. Each one will have 1.5 ounce of Elijah Craig barrel proof, 2 dashes of Angostura bitters, 1 dash of orange bitters, and 1/2 ounce of brown simple syrup.
What is he doing? No! No! No, this is terrible!
To make it even, I will be making each one in a separate glass. Each glass is labeled, and then after I make them, I will mix them up randomly so that I don't know which is which. Yes, each of these glasses are different, and each one, if I wanted to memorize it, I could, but I'm not doing that. I don't want to cheat. I really want to find this out.
For science.
Let's start by making each of these drinks. Now I poured A, B, and C, so I know which one's which right now, because the glasses are labeled A, B, and C, but I'm not memorizing the pattern on the glass for anything. I'm gonna start off with 2 dashes of Angostura bitters, 1 dash of orange bitters, and now we're gonna be adding 1/2 ounce of brown simple syrup, and we're gonna be adding the A, B, and C bourbon to each one of them. Now I use separate ones so we don't cross-contaminate, so we can't say that one affected the other. And 3 stirring rods. Now, let's mix them up. A little bit hard to mix with such big glasses, but that's okay. I'm already confused on which is which.
I'm confused.
So it doesn't matter anymore. It'd be hilarious if I actually put them all into the same order again, right? But who knows?
Hilarious.
Round and round they go. Where they stop, nobody knows. I'm extremely confused. Who knows if you are or if you've been paying attention to each one. But that's where we'll stop.
Stop!
Collaborate and listen.
Now I'm gonna add a large ice to each of these. And I'm just gonna use the back of each spoon to give it a little stir, because I don't know which spoon went to what. I don't wanna mess up any of this nectar of the bourbon gods. Cocktail quiz time. What's the difference between barrel proof and cask strength? Answer: cask strength and barrel proof are different phrases that mean the same thing, which is that the ABV is essentially the same as when it comes out of the barrel at the time of bottling. Distillers would choose one phrase over the other simply on preference and marketing reasons. So, time for the moment of truth. Time to taste each of these bad boys.
Bad boys,
And see if I notice any difference. Do I prefer one over the other? Who knows? So just like my other blinds, I'll taste one way, then taste backwards, but we'll fast forward through that, and I'll try to rank each one and tell you a little bit about each one as I do it, and then I'll make sure to tell you the outcome. Can't wait to start this one. Let's start. It just smells like a great old fashioned. Pretty strong up front. Lots of flavor, great old fashioned, bourbon, bitters, sweetness at the end. The way you normally would taste an old fashioned. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Go for the next one. Ooh, a lot sweeter. Not as alcohol forward, bourbon, bitters, sweetness. But there's a little bit of bourbon sweetness up front on that one. A little bit of kind of a honey taste. Interesting. Let's go in for the third one. All three completely different. Not as sweet, but not as alcohol forward. A little bit of bitterness on that in the front end, then you get the bitterness, then you get the brown sugar at the end.
Taste this brown sugar.
So all very good old fashions. I like each one, but I like the sweetness of this one a little bit more, but I like the strength on this one too. Man, this is gonna be a tough one. So I'm gonna go backwards, cleanse my palate between each one, and do it kind of quickly. So we'll fast forward through this.
Fast forward ahead.
Okay, I went through it again, cleansing my palate between each one. This is actually tougher than I thought. All very good basic old fashions. Each one has a component of the bourbon, the bitters, and the sweetness. But they all hit differently. They are a completely different drink. If I didn't know that I was using the same distillery, I would guess these were 3 different bourbons, from 3 different distilleries. Interesting thing is that I noticed though, when I went through this one a second time, I noticed a lot of nuttiness in it. There's a lot more nuttiness.
Hey, that's some nutty shit.
Now, if I were to guess, which I'm not a good bet, I'm not a betting man, I don't like to bet, but I would say it's C, B, and A, but I'm not 100% sure, so we'll find out in a little while. Now, this one is definitely third place for me. It is a very good old fashioned, don't get me wrong, but it just wasn't hitting like these two were. Originally, I thought this one was way ahead of this one, and I'm still a little bit, I think it go almost either way, so I'm gonna take one more quick sip. Both are good. Both are good. Ooh, I'm gonna go with what I thought originally. This close.
It's so close.
This one's gonna come in first for me. Second, third. Are we ready? Are we ready to find out what my order was? Does the bourbon make a difference? Yes. Do these taste completely different? Yes. Are they all good? Yes. But I had to rank them, right? So for me, third place was, oh, I was wrong.
Well, you were wrong.
Third place was B. So that means A and C are here. The winner and the championship of the Elijah Craig Barrel Proof Old Fashioned. C. I was completely wrong. Completely wrong. A was, did I put these in the right order? A was my second. Very interesting to me. Very, very interesting.
Very interesting.
C made a hell of an old fashioned with sweet in it. I actually tasted more alcohol in this one. Funny, funny, funny. Hey, that's what we do at Blind, right? Hope you found this interesting. I hope this helps you guys out there know that the juice does make a difference. And I always think, good juice makes a good old fashioned. So we're not in that time where we have to cover bad juice anymore. We have to cover bad whiskey. Let's just make the whiskey taste better. Let's just highlight the whiskey, right? So that's what we need to do.
Let's do it.
Thanks again for joining me on another journey down my old-fashioned rabbit hole. This was a great one. Till our next journey, my friends. Cheers.